Today, we're diving into a bold statement from former President Donald Trump, who has made a strong promise regarding Cuba if he secures a second term in office. Donald Trump, never one to shy away from controversy, has vowed to take a tough stance on Cuba. During a recent speech, Trump promised that his administration would impose harsher sanctions and tighter restrictions on the Cuban government. But what does this mean for Cuba and the Cuban people? Let's take a closer look at Trump's proposed policies and their potential impact. The United States and Cuba have a long and complicated history. From the Cold War tensions to the more recent thawing of relations under President Obama, the political landscape has seen many shifts. Trump's previous administration had already reversed many of Obama's policies, reinstating travel bans and tightening economic restrictions. Trump's renewed pledge suggests an even firmer hand if he returns to the White House. But how feasible are these promises, and what could be the consequences? For the Cuban people, increased sanctions could mean further economic hardship. Access to essential goods and services, already strained, could become even more limited. For the Cuban government, it could mean heightened political pressure and potential unrest. Experts suggest that while Trump's policies may aim to weaken the Cuban government, they could inadvertently harm ordinary citizens the most. Economic instability often leads to social unrest, and the Cuban people could find themselves in an even more precarious situation. Reactions to Trump's promise have been swift and varied. Some U.S. politicians support a tougher stance, citing human rights abuses by the Cuban government. Others argue that engagement, rather than isolation, is the key to fostering change in Cuba. The Cuban government has predictably condemned Trump's statements, calling them a continuation of the imperialist policies that have long plagued U.S.-Cuba relations. International reactions have been mixed, with some leaders urging caution and dialogue. And what about the public? Opinions are divided. Some believe that a tough approach is necessary to force change, while others worry about the humanitarian impact on the Cuban population. Social media has been abuzz with debate, reflecting the polarized views on this contentious issue. As we look ahead to the 2024 election, Trump's promise on Cuba is sure to be a hot-button issue. Whether his tough stance will lead to the desired outcomes or further complicate U.S.-Cuba relations remains to be seen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for daily news and in-depth analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.